Now, we knew from the trailer that this movie was gonna be dope. What's going on, everybody? Silverside here, and today I'm gonna be reviewing Us, which is written and directed by Jordan Peele, and it stars Lupita Nyong'o and Winston Duke. One thing I do want to say about this movie is that if you're somebody who does not possess the ability to suspend your disbelief temporarily while watching a movie, you're somebody that probably will pick this movie apart. My mind right now is just going crazy. I've been up all night thinking about what certain things meant throughout this movie, what things represented. But with Jordan Peele, you never know until he actually tells you. You can, theorize and do all of this stuff all day and all night, but at the end of the day, you'll never know. A lot of this movie, like the meat of the story that's being told, is that Adelaide, her family is on vacation and they're being stalked by this doppelganger family. And the whole plot is centered around basically them trying to escape, do what they have to do, kind of kill, get away from these doppelgangers and just get to safety. That's kind of the premise or plot of this movie. It's sort of like Strangers meets Get Out, if that makes any sense. The pacing throughout the movie was completely appropriate. There was never a time where I was sitting there like, damn, when's this gonna end? That's how I felt with Captain Marvel. Like, that movie was about 30 minutes too long. There were moments where, your anxiety was high because you thought something was going to happen, or your anxiety was high because something was actually going on. They were fighting, they were running. And then there were times where it was like, okay, all right, let's just breathe now, we're safe. And then boom, here we go again. Like, it was so much up and down. Everything the characters did made sense. I don't want to spoil anything, but there was one character that kind of got on my nerves just with their reaction to everything. I feel like when you're in a certain situation and you already know what's up, I feel like your reaction should be appropriate. It's kind of the same beef I have with some of the Marvel movies, where they'll have a big dramatic scene where you think something tragic is going to happen or something exciting is going to happen, and then you look over and Drax is doing something stupid or Groot is doing something stupid, and it just kind of takes away from the moment. That's the only critique I have about this movie, is that there were times where things were intense. There were times where things were scary. There were times where you would expect somebody to react a certain way. You know how we do. We react to stuff differently. Now, that's not to say that we all react to situations the same way. And I felt like the reaction that they gave him wasn't really the most appropriate reaction to what they were going through at that moment. Like, the parts that weren't necessarily probably written to be funny, but they were written to be funny, if that makes any sense. I get it. You want to keep the audience engaged. That's just the new thing these days, is to throw comedy in there, make the audience laugh. And like with M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit, let's throw some funny parts in there, even though it's supposed to be a thriller. That's my only gripe about the movie, because I know a lot of people in the theater were cracking up and laugh at The Conjuring. I really enjoyed how the movie started, giving us a little bit of background into the events that happened in Adelaide's life that caused her to be the way she was. It kind of explains up front, okay, boom, this is why she is the way she is. So now where this movie really begins to pick up at is when the doppelganger family rolls up on them like, yo, what's good? Like, they just really popped up outside their door, like with the heat just ready for them. Like what's up? Like, you coming outside? And I kid you not, from the time they showed up, like, you knew like about to go down. Like, down. They never gonna get away. It's a wrap. They're menacingly standing outside, not reacting to anything that's going on. That's what made the movie for me, was the fact that these villains in the movie were they were a presence. They were a constant presence. Like, even when they were safe, they weren't. I was always waiting for something else to happen. I felt like they always had to look back, always had to look over the shoulder to make sure they were safe. So for me, that was one thing about this movie that I loved. I love the fact that they created this presence from the beginning with the doppelgangers. Like, yo, we not here to play with you. Like, we gonna kill you. Give Lupita all the awards. Yo, you talented. You talented. One thing I did appreciate with this movie was the subtlety. Now with Us, everything was done very subtly in Get Out. Like, you knew what the movie was about. You got the symbolism right off the bat. This movie isn't exactly in your face. This movie is very subtle. It does things here and there that turns little light switches on to make you think. Like, I kid you not, I was saying to somebody on my Facebook page that I literally just on the ride home just was thinking about everything that was going on, and dang, I know I missed a lot of stuff because I was focused on the movie. So this is definitely one of the movies that you want to watch more than once, just to understand the subtle touches that Jordan Peele has placed throughout this movie and the little Easter eggs here and there. Some of you will leave the theater with questions, but I also feel like they wrote a lot of things in there that weren't supposed to be answered. So you're going to leave the theater with a lot of questions. Some of those you'll probably never get an answer to. All my thoughts and opinions on this movie is it is definitely one you want to see.
And that's a wrap. Thanks for watching, everyone. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, let me know what you thought about the movie. Did it meet your expectations? Do you have any theories you'd like to share? Let me know in the comment section down below. Till next week, later days, guys.